Good afternoon and welcome to the Riptide St. Croix dual meet here on October 24th. Session 1 is going to begin in about 15 minutes. Announcements and the national anthem will probably start in about 10 minutes. So if you're watching this recording, fast forward about 10 minutes. I'm going to go silent for a little bit here because you don't need to hear me ramble on for the next 10 minutes. But I'll be back once we start the announcements, and we're looking forward to some fun 11 and unders today, again starting at 1 p.m. Central Time. We'll be back with you soon. Thanks. All right, welcome to the Riptide and St. Croix Swim Club swim meet, dual meet. Announcements are starting, so I'll let you listen to that a little bit here. While they go through the safety protocols, I will get you up to speed here. This is the 11 and under session of today's dual meet. At 4:30 p.m., the 12 and over session will commence, and that is going to be some fast swimming from what I've seen from the program. So that'll be fun to get back and watch, even if you don't have any kids in it. Go ahead and join us at 4:30 this afternoon. This meet can be found under Meet Mobile. You can search 2020 Ripped October SCSC Dual Meet, or if you're in the Apple Valley, Egan, Burnsville, Rosemont area, you can tap Meets Near Me, and it should come up as one of the close by meets today. Session starts at 1 o'clock. We should be getting to the national anthem here shortly. Starting today's events. Event number 1 will be the 100-yard freestyle. We're going to have 4 heats, and we will go on with that here in just a couple of minutes. Welcoming the St. Croix Swim Club dual or swim team, and we're going with the national anthem. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, here we go. We got about 35 people currently watching the live stream, so that's great. We got some St. Croix parents in the stands that are watching. We got the coaches from both teams sitting to my right down below. And we are going to have some 11 and unders coming up here in just a minute. We've got a 6-year-old in the first group from Riptide. These kids are always super cute, fun to watch. Well, looks like we're missing somebody in lane 4. We've got Layla Sheets, a 6-year-old in lane 3. and Gavin Klukas from Riptide in lane 5 doing their 100 freestyle. Both of these two have no times, which means they may not have ever swam this in a regular swim meet. So this is kind of fun for them. I love the 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. They're so fun to watch. They get excited about the sport, getting into it. Usually good for about a 25, and then things start to get interesting. Oh, I got to get the Riptide symbol here off the... Sorry about that. Get that out of there so you guys can actually see. Even I get excited still and forget some things. Oh, get the flag off there as well. There we go. Now we're set, ready to go. All right, Gavin has turned at his 50, and he is on his way to the 75. Layla is taking a quick breath here before she turns at the 50. And open turn, looking around. Am I done? No, you got another 50, Layla. And there's her flip turn. So she's going. Off she goes. Taking that long breath there again. This is a long way to go for a 6-year-old. It is not easy, but they will get better and they will get their strength up and they will figure out their breathing. And before you know it, Mom and Dad, they will surprise you. There's Gavin coming in and touching for his first at a 1:33.35. Way to go, Gavin. Gavin, again, is a 10-year-old from Riptide. And they've called Heat 2 a little prematurely. We still have Layla just flipping at the 75 and on her way home. So we'll give her a minute to get back to the wall here. We're doing a little bit different live stream here today. We've got a different way to connect to the internet. I'm hoping it looks fine on my end. I'm watching from an iPad as well. But if you want to send in a comment, let me know how it looks, how it sounds. I would appreciate that. And again, the recording will be ready soon after this session is complete. Layla finishes up at a 2:33.80, which is a great time for a 6-year-old. And probably a first swim. Up next is heat number 2. We're going to have from Riptide in lane number 1. And let me say this. Lane number 1 is the lane closest to you. Lane number 8 is the lane farthest from you against the windows and the bleachers. In lane number 1, we have Peyton Marks from Riptide. In lane 2, Kate LeBeau from Riptide. Lane 3, Matteo Fontanesi from St. Croix. Lane 4, Chandler Offerman from Riptide. Lane 5, Reese Bible from St. Croix. Lane 6, Alexis Rorich from St. Croix. Lane 7, Paige Turnbow from Riptide. And in lane 8, Daylin Schmidt from Riptide, 7-year-old from Riptide. Everybody in this has swam this before, so they know what's coming. 100 freestyle. Looks like we are missing lane 1. Looks like Peyton is not here today. And they are off. Looks like lanes 4 and 5. We got Chandler and Reese out there taking the early lead. They're going to flip first with the rest of the crew right behind them. Chandler is a 10-year-old. Reese is a 9-year-old from St. Croix. And they are neck and neck coming into the turn at the 50. We have 2, 3, 6, and 7 are all pretty even. And Daylin out in lane 8 is coming up behind. This is great. We got about 53 people on the stream right now, which is always nice to see. Give your shout outs to your kids. I'm watching the chat, so if you want to do that, I will throw that out to them. Again, they love hearing their names shouted out by their parents when they go and watch this back. All right, we got a little bit of a lead change here. We got lane 4. Chandler is taking a slight lead, but they're going to touch pretty close. And it is Chandler at 123.90. Nice little drop there. Followed closely behind at 124.84 by Reese. Again, 9-year-old Reese from St. Croix. So nice drops there. Looks like we're getting drops all across the board. We got lane 8. We've got Daylin still coming in. She is set at a 2:54, and she's going to do a number on that. She's about a 153. Oh, she had a soft touch. So I'm going to say probably a high 153, low 154 would be my guess. And if you're not familiar with a soft touch just means that they probably grab the top of the touchpad instead of touching it in the middle. We got a Let's Go Swimmers. You're welcome. I love doing this. It's super fun watching these kids, and my kids aren't swimming today. My daughter just finished her high school season yesterday, and my son starts his high school season, fingers crossed, sometime in early December. So I actually get a little bit of a break from all this, but love being here and love bringing this to you. We're coming up to heat number 3. They are filtering from behind the bleachers. You can see them come up behind the blocks right now. We have Emma Dirksen from Riptide in lane 1. In lane 2, Selma Hultgren from SCSC. Lane 3, Aria Armstrong from St. Croix. Lane 4, Kiana Loberg from Riptide. Lane 5, Ella Buss from Riptide. Lane 6, Felicity Saris from St. Croix. Lane 7, Maddie Kissinger from St. Croix. And lane 8 is Pearson Crick from Riptide. And we got Felicity. She is a 7-year-old out of St. Croix over there in lane number 6. And she actually seems to be missing. So we got to scratch her off here. Do not see her. We've got to go Layla. All right. Go Layla. All right, here we go. Lane 4 taking the early lead. Lane 4 is Kiana from Riptide, 11-year-old. And she is hauling right now. She has got a good lead on the rest of the group. I'm going to turn here at her 50. Kiana is entered at a 1:15.88. If she can hold it together, she's going to kill that time. 32.82 at the split. Lane 5 behind her at 37.68. That is Ella Buss. I'm assuming we've got some nicknames out there because I've got a Go Doot from Brent Loberg. Go Doot. I'll leave that one alone. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. But that's fine. All right. Here comes Kiana in lane 4. She is entered at a 1:15.88, and she is going to crush that with a 1:09.62. Ella Buss cruising in second place. She's entered at a 1:21. She's going to be pretty close to that. She's going to drop a little bit of time at 1:20.77. Miss Hintz, you are welcome. Thank you for listening and being on. I saw Taylor was here today. And some nice swims all across the board here. And we're still pretty mid-season. Nobody's tapering, nobody's resting. So parents, if you see your kids add a little bit of time, don't worry about it. This is where they need to do that. This is where they should be focusing on strokes and turns and starts. They should be focusing on, again, mostly their strokes, fine-tuning things and getting ready for that big meet, which hopefully we'll be able to have this year, this season. We got a Let's Go Taylor and a good job Layla. Layla was up in heat number 1, and she did do a great job. Well, as the kids get their masks on and head to the coaches, you can see the coaches in the screen off to the right. You got the Riptide coaches at the first 3 tables and the St. Croix coaches at the final 3 tables, and the kids filter over to them and talk to their coaches, and then the kids come up from behind the benches and up behind their blocks. So we got heat 4. We got Grace Ganser from St. Croix. We got Audrey Saris from St. Croix. Eric Yu from St. Croix. Sophia Wynn from Riptide in 4. Taylor Hintz in 5 from Riptide. In 6, Maria Fedorova from St. Croix. In lane 7, Wes Knapp from Riptide. And in lane 8, Claire Christensen from St. Croix. All right, again, we got Let's Go Taylor. So Taylor is up in lane number 5. And we are missing lane number 3, so it looks like we don't have Eric for this one. And they're off. And breaking out of the pack here right away is lanes 4 and 5. So you got Sophia and Taylor, both looking strong, both head to head. The rest of the pack is pretty even for that second place. We got a great job, Kate, from heat number 2. Yes, she dropped 14 seconds and had a great swim. And we got a battle for first place in the heat here between Sophia and Taylor. They are going to turn pretty much dead on at the same time, exact same time. We got a Go Marie Go. So Marie over in lane 6. And Taylor is about a half a body length here at the finish and is going to touch at a 101.64. So she drops some nice time, as does Sophia in lane 4 at a 102.52. And in the inset screen, of course, you can see your kids' lanes and their times. So go ahead and look at their times and see if they drop some time. Just from a glance, it looks like most of them drop time. 109.91. Looks like Audrey added just a little bit, but again, we are mid-season, and these little ads are absolutely fine. The kids don't get that always, but the coaches get it, and the parents get it. It is what it is, and once they are rested, tapered for their big, whether it's max or MRCs or state or zones or all the way up to Olympic trials, they rest for those big meets, and that's where they drop their time. All right, up next we have event number 2. We have 2 heats. This is the mixed 11 and under 50-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, we're going to have Layla Sheets from Riptide. In lane 2, we're going to have Anna Kasalki from Riptide. Lane 3 is going to be Audrey Heggie from Riptide. Lane 4, Emmy Dietz from Riptide. Lane 5, Melina Height from Riptide. Lane 6, Sabine Keister from St. Cloud. I'm sorry, I'm going to say that today. I see SC and I go right to St. Cloud. St. Croix. And in lane 7, Aria Linsmeyer from Riptide. We got a go, 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 Sophia. And go, Audrey. Love Grandpa Mark and Grandma Pat. Hey, and like I said, you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. The last time we did a live stream, we had people from all over the country. We had people from Manila, South America. We had people from all over the place. So if you want to throw that in, we love seeing that. And that's why we do this. We want people from all over to be able to see their nieces, nephews, grandbabies swim like crazy. So we got little Layla is about to get up on the stand in lane 1 here. We are missing lane 2. It looks like Anna is not here for this event. This is Layla's kind of a juggernaut here. She's got two events in. Except Layla's doing freestyle. I don't know if she should be doing freestyle or breaststroke right now. But that's part of the learning curve. She will talk to her coach and they will figure that out. So at the first turn, out in lane number 6 is Melina from Riptide. She has got the early lead coming on in the 50 breaststroke. Lane 4 right now is Emmy. She's got a good hold on second place, and the battle for third place is between lanes 3 and 5. And for St. Croix, here comes, that was Sabine in lane 6. Apologies, lane 6, Sabine. Touching at a 50.31, down from a 103.12. So very nice swim there for her. We've got someone from Michigan. That's awesome. So event 2, heat number 2 coming up. We got sisters race in lanes 5 and 6. Go Bella Boo and Juju. This is heat number 2 of event number 2 of the 50 breaststroke. Lane 1, number 1, Chris Tan from St. Croix. Lane 2, Emma Dirksen from Riptide. In lane 3, Rebecca Vasic from St. Croix. In lane 4 is Franny Anderson from Riptide. Lane 5, Bella Myers from St. Croix. In lane 6, Juliana Augustine from St. Croix. Lane 7, Charlie Johnson from Riptide. We got a Let's Go Charlie from Amanda Johnson. And in lane 8 is Lila Drexel from St. Croix. We got Coach Amanda and family watching from Lakeville. Fantastic. Welcome. Thank you for watching. And they're going over to talk to their coaches. Little Layla should be over there talking to her coach about this being a breaststroke and not a freestyle event. It's all in the learning. It's fantastic. She'll figure it out and they'll get it. We've got a Go Franny from Sienna and Michelle. So let's go Franny. All right, here we go. Heat number 2, the whistle calling them to the blocks. And it looks like we have our first full heat for the second heat of the breaststroke. We got a great job, Audrey, in heat number 1 from Linda Koenigs. All right, out in lane 4, pounding it out right away is Franny Anderson, taking the early lead, followed closely behind by Bella from St. Croix. Nice fast turns there. Comes Franny, Bella. Ooh, this is going to be a close one. About 10 yards left, battling for first place. Looks like it's going to be Franny touching her out a little bit with a 36.83. And Bella with a 37.51. Nice job, ladies. Comes the rest of the pack follow suit. We've got great job, Audrey, in heat 1. Audrey was awesome. From Bumpa Kent and Judy Greff, Audrey was awesome. They're all awesome. It's fun watching all these kids swim. Up next, we have event number 3. We're looking at the mixed 11 and under 100-yard backstroke. In lane 1 from Riptide will be Alexa Height. In lane 2 is Reese Biebel from St. Croix. In lane 3, James Anderson from Riptide. Lane 5, Nikita Grinberg from Riptide. In lane 5, Lainey Hellier from St. Croix. Lane 6, Jennifer Zai from St. Croix. Lane 7 is Evan Mathiasen from St. Croix. And in lane 8 is Millie Allen from Riptide. Our viewers keep growing. We've got about 65 people on the live stream right now, which is great because there's only 60 kids here. So they've got a pretty good following, including the parents here in the stands, which we probably have about 20 parents up here in the stands. It's great to see them here. And if I really mess up your kid's name, I apologize. I don't know them all, but I'll do my best. We got Go Nikita from Dad and Brothers in Apple Valley. Go Nikita. Nikita out there in lane number 4. His mom is also a coach, I believe, here at Riptide. We got a lot of coach-kid duos here at Riptide, which is always fun to see. We got another full heat for our 100 backstroke, our one and only heat of the 100 backstroke. It's a fun event. We've got a lot of good backstrokers here at Riptide. It's a great tradition, of course. We've got our world record holder in the 100 and 200 backstroke in Reagan Smith. Practices here daily. So that's always fun that's obviously fun to have. Looking forward to Olympic trials and the Olympics in Tokyo in 2021. We've got a number of kids also that have junior national cuts in the backstroke and such. So it's a pretty good program for backstroke. It's a very good program overall. But we have, again, very proficient backstrokers here at Riptide Swim Team. All right, out in lane 4, we've got Nikita out in the lead. He's got a healthy lead, doing his turn at the 75. And heading for home. Got 3 behind him, and 3, 5, and 6. They're all pretty close together, so it'll be that battle for second place. Nikita is entered at a 125.11, and he's going to blow the doors off that 125. With a 118.32. Fantastic swim for Nikita. James in 123.30. So that's a nice 5-second drop for James in lane 4. I'm sorry, in lane 5, Laney coming into 127.89. She drops a couple of seconds, almost 3 full. So it looks pretty good all across the board. We got lane 8 coming in right now. That is Millie Allen. Looks like a first-time 100 backstroke swimmer with a soft touch. And lane 1 is also probably a first-time 100 backstroker with Alexa. Yep, Coach Olga. That is Nikita's mom. She is a coach here at Riptide. We got a wow, Nico. Awesome. Great job, Nikita. Good job to all the swimmers. Go Paige from Nana and Papa from Bismarck, North Dakota. Great. We've got North Dakota. We've got Michigan. We've got Apple Valley and Lakeville. So we're heading in the right direction. We've got about 70 people on the live stream now, so it keeps growing. They are taking a 5-minute break, so I'm going to go quiet and just let you kind of listen to the sounds of the pool and the crowd and the coaches, and we'll be back with you shortly. right, I'm going to have to go on mute because it is possible that YouTube will shut us down if they hear the music coming over. So it's going to go quiet for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be right back with you. All right, as the music fades out and we come back, we've got the next group coming up along the windows. This is going to be event number 4, the mixed 11 under 50-yard butterfly. In heat number 2, we're going to have Lauren Kissinger from St. Croix. Lane 3, Aria Armstrong from St. Croix. Lane 4, Avery Jelinek from Riptide. Lane 5, Maddie Kissinger from St. Croix. I'm going to guess they're sisters. I know, I'm smart that way. Lane 6, Juliana Augustine from St. Croix. And in lane 7, Daylin Schmidt from Riptide. And right before we went to break, we had a Go Millie from Joan Allen. And Millie had a nice swim of a 155.15 for her first 100 backstroke. Here we go. Looks like we got everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All of these kids here have swam this before. And they still chose to swim it again. The fly was not my forte when I was a swimmer. So kudos to the kids who can swim it. Well, in lane number 4, we have Maddie leading the pack. She is an 8-year-old. Sister Lauren out in lane number 2. And lane number 4, I'm sorry, lane number 4 is Avery. Apologies, I'm getting my lanes screwed up here today. I'm having a tough time. Lane number 4 was Avery from Riptide at a 43.32. So nice little drop for her. And lane 5, Maddie. She looks like she had a soft touch. That 58.15 is probably not right. So please check Meet Mobile in a couple of minutes, and that should be updated. They will get a backup time for her. And our final swimmer to touch in lane number 7 is Daylin. And she came in with a 1:13.50, and she's going out with a 1:13.47. So a little bit of a drop. Heat number 2 is next. And in lane 1 from St. Croix, we're going to have Felicity Saris. In lane 2 is Elabus from Riptide. In lane 3, Grace Ganser from St. Croix. Lane 4, Neva Sanders, St. Croix. Lane 5, Claire Christensen, St. Croix. Lane 6, Julia Peterson from St. Croix. Lane 7, Maddie Mathiasen from St. Croix. And in lane 8 is Everett Sanders from St. Croix. We've got a Go JJ, and we've got a Go Gracie Grace. We got a Go Julia from Deb Casper. Go Julia. All right, the whistles go. It looks like lane 1 is missing, so it looks like Felicity is not here for this event. See if I can keep my lane straight this time. All right, they get halfway down on their first 25. Looks like out in lane 4, Neva is taking the early lead. She's going to turn first and bring it home. Neva is an 11-year-old from St. Croix. Rest of the pack close behind, looking for the battle out for that second place. Neva is sit at a 32.96. She's going to be pretty close at a 32.95. So she is right on. All right, there they are, all touching here. Our final swimmer coming in over there in lane 8 is Everett. And he's going to touch with a 46.49. Okay, again, for all your results, go ahead and check Meet Mobile as well. Sometimes, like I said earlier, the inset here that you can see the scoreboard, if those kids have a soft touch, those numbers or those times aren't always correct. So make sure you check Meet Mobile, and they will get the proper time in there. Up next is event number 5, the mixed 11 and under 100-yard IM. 4 strokes, 4 different strokes here: butterfly, back, breast, and freestyle. 25 of each. We have Elliot Loesch from Riptide in lane 3. We've got Anna Kasulki from Riptide in lane 4, and Paige Turnbow from Riptide in lane number 5. 1 7-year-old and 2 8-year-olds. There are 3 heats in this event. And as the whistle goes, they're coming to the blocks. Looks like I'm missing somebody. Yep, looks like lane number 4. So it looks like Anna Kasulki is not here. This will be a race for the ages between Elliot and Paige. If you're not familiar with how the whistle system works, you'll hear that first blast of about 4 or 5 whistles. That's to call the kids to the block. The long whistle basically says get on the block, and then they're given the take your marks, and then the horn goes to start them off. little bit different in backstroke. You get 3 sets of whistles. One is to come to the block, one is to get in the water, and one is to get ready, and then the horn again to set them off. So in lane 5, we've got Paige out to the early lead. Elliott is just turning now onto his fly, going to his backstroke. Again, Elliott, a 7-year-old from Riptide, and Paige, an 8-year-old from Riptide. And Paige looks good in her backstroke. She's going to touch on her back with her head, and then do a flip turn. Oh, I love these kids. They are hilarious. And into the breaststroke. And I missed one from the last heat. We had a Go Ella from Brian. I believe that is Dad. All right, both kids are on the breaststroke. This is a tough event for these kids at this age because there are so many ways to disqualify when you have the butterfly, the backstroke, and the breaststroke. In freestyle, you can pretty much do anything you want to do and not get disqualified, except touch the bottom, get out of the pool, run around. So as long as you're doing something close to freestyle, you're going to be okay. But all the other strokes, you've got to stick to the rules. And, you know, we've got great referees and officials here, and I think they give the younger kids a little bit of a break, but they also want to teach them too that you know what's right. So there's Paige in lane 5 at a 2:03.78. That's a great first swim for her in this event. I didn't see any hands go up, so I think she's clean on the DQ side. Don't take my word at that, because sometimes the refs don't raise their hand. And a big round of applause for Elliott. And he's got a soft touch, so again, parents or whoever, if you're watching, check Meet Mobile for the proper time on him. Okay, we are moving on to heat number 2 of the 100-yard IM. We've got Kate LeBeau in lane number 1 from Riptide. We've got Sabine Keister from St. Croix in lane 2. In lane 3, Lila Drexel from St. Croix. Lane 4, Rebecca Vasic from St. Croix. In lane 5, Selma Hultgren from St. Croix. Lane 6, Emily Samsel from Riptide. Lane 7, Chris Tan from St. Croix. And in lane 8, Alexa Height from Riptide. We've got to go Selma, Sabine, Lila, Rebecca, and Chris. We've got to go Selma, do your best and have fun. Love Grandpa and Grandma from Mazeppa. Beautiful downtown Mazeppa. All right, we got a full heat. Oh, they beat the whistle a little bit there, but that's okay. Oh, hi, Matthew Mortensen. Great to hear from you on here today. And off they go. Well, we've got an early lead out in lane number 6, which is Emily Samsel from Riptide. And that early lead was quickly caught up in lane 5 by Selma, both turning about the same time going into the backstroke. We've got a go Rebecca from Kate. And we got a good close race here in the backstroke between lanes 5 and 6. Good turns. Everything looks pretty legal from this standpoint. Ooh, lane 3 or lane 4, a bucket turn. You don't see a lot of those at this age. That is another easy one to get yourself disqualified on, so that's pretty impressive. Hi, Felicia. Nice to see you, too. We've got a good job. I'll give that to all the kids. We've got a battle going on here now. We got 3 of them turning close to the same time. But right now, out in lane number 6, it's Emily with a pretty commanding lead, and she's going to bring it home strong. Got 3 or 4 others that are still on their breaststroke length. We got a couple of them with no time. So out in lane 6, 1:30.06. So that's an 11-second drop for her. Lane number 4 to 1:36.10. That is Rebecca. And in lane 5, 1:35.64. And they're finishing up on their freestyle now. The no times were Kate. She came in with a 1:49.12. And Alexa with a 2:15.83 for their first swims. We got a woohoo Emily, great swim from Coach Amanda. And we've got a good job Selma from Diane Gilsdorf. Thank you for that. They'll appreciate that. We've got heat number 3, the final heat of this 100 IM. In lane number 1 is Kiana Loberg from Riptide. Lane 2 is Wes Knapp from Riptide. Lane 3, I believe Eric is not here, but we'll call him out anyway. Eric Yu from St. Croix. In lane 4 is Bella Myers from St. Croix. In lane 5 is Taylor Hintz from Riptide. Lane 6, Marie Fedorova from St. Croix. Lane 7, Nikita Grinberg from Riptide. And in lane 8 is Lainey Hellier from St. Croix. We've got a good luck Taylor Hintz and Frances Anderson from Molly. Miss Molly Vogan wishing her best. We've got Let's Go Bella Boo from Jason Augustine. Michelle Hintz says, go Taylor, go. Love your sister, Sienna. And from Brent Loberg, we've got Kick a Little. And looks like lane 3, yep, looks like Eric didn't make it today. And that happens. And we've got a good luck Marie. Marie out there in lane number 6. Yeah, we got a pretty good group of butterflyers here in this final heat. Got lane 2, 4, and 5 all touching about the same time. And in the backstroke length here in lane number 5 is Taylor taking a body length lead that she will take on her turn into the breaststroke. Oh, another bucket turn. St. Croix looks to be teaching those. That's awesome. Love to see that. Taylor still has a pretty healthy lead in the breaststroke. Followed closely behind by Bella in lane 4. And Taylor is going to touch, go into her freestyle, and head on home. Taylor is entered at a 1:14.44. I think she's going to do much better than that. And she is going to touch here at a 1:11.73. Bell is going to cruise in a 1:16.27. All right. Great swims all across. Laney out in lane 8 with a 1:28.63. Fantastic. Got a Go Marie from Mom and Kate. Got Go Riptide from Felicia. And another Go Marie. Okay, up next. Oh, we got to Go Nikita. I got to remember you guys are about 10 seconds behind me, so everything I say and everything you see is about 10 seconds behind. But so we've got to Go Nikita. He went a 1:20.72. He had a nice 3-second drop, so he did go. Up next is event number 6, the mixed 11 and under 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, number 1, we've got Callista Height from Riptide. In fact, this is an entire Riptide heat. Is this right? Is she a 5-year-old? Oh, she looks like a 5-year-old. She is little. She is little. In lane 2 is Millie Allen. Lane 3, Gavin Klukas. Lane 4, Dalen Schmidt. Lane 5 is our 6-year-old Layla Sheets. Lane 7 is Levi Height. And in lane 7 is Araya Linsmeyer. And Callista is being instructed to take off her mask before she dives in the water. So only got a couple of kids that have swam this event before. Talking Daylin and Layla with both have times. Everybody else has no time. Giving Callista some extra support here by the coaches. It's fantastic to see 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. It's the it's the future of the sport. Other side, kiddo. There you go. We got a good luck Gavin from Dad and Colton. Go Daylin, Mom and Darren. Good job Taylor. We've got a Go Gavin K from Grandpa and Grandma Carrie in Staples. And we've got a Go Araya May. We got a good job Selma from little brother Soren. Always nice to see the siblings piping in instead of yelling, screaming, biting, and slapping. They're cheering on their brothers and sisters, so it's always fun. In lane 3 at the turn is Gavin. He is cruising. He's got a good lead. 5-year-old Callista is doing very well, just at her 25 turn. She stopped to check out the safety guy down there at the end and then made her turn. Gavin touches with a 40.88, which is a very nice time. He was a no time before that. In lane 2, that's a soft touch, so parents check and a soft touch in 4. So make sure you check Meet Mobile again. And we've got a good job Nikita from the last heat, which was the 100 IM. And little Callista in lane 1 is about to touch, and that's a soft touch as well. A lot of soft touches when it comes to the little kids. They haven't quite got the grasp on touching lower on the touchpad yet. We are moving on to heat number 2 of 3. In lane number 1, we have Audrey Hagee from Riptide. Lane 2, Matteo Fontanesi from St. Croix. In lane 3, Peyton Marks from Riptide. Lane 4, Emmy Dietz from Riptide. Lane 5, Lauren Kissinger from St. Croix. Lane 6, Melina Height from Riptide. Lane 7, Alexis Rorich from St. Croix. And in lane 8, Elliot Loesch from Riptide. We've got to go Franny and James Anderson from Emma and Molly. Got Go Emmy from Christina Dietz. From Chris Klukas, great job, Gavin. That was a great job. Have fun in heat number 2, Audrey from Bumpa Kent and Judy Greff. And Linda Koenig, so proud of you, Audrey. Grandma Linda from Rochester. And from Bunny C, we've got a good job, Gavin. All right, looks like we've got the kids stepping up on the plate here. We are missing Peyton from Riptide in lane 3. And this group is off. Everybody here has swam this one before, so they know what to look forward to. Everybody's favorite event when you're 11 and under, I think, is the 50 freestyle. And lanes 2 and number 4 turning at the same time. That is Matteo and Emmy bringing it home. And look out for lane 5 and lane 7. They're crawling up quickly. This is going to be a close one. But my bets are on lane number 2 is going to grab it at 39.06. Lane 4, Emmy, is going to touch at 39.22. And in third, 39.64 for Alexis. Hi, Emma and Molly. I know you're watching. I believe Molly is swimming this afternoon, Molly Vogan. So can't wait to watch her swim. We got a Let's Go Charlie. Charlie's coming up in the next heat. Heat number 3, the final heat of the 50 free. We got a great finish, Audrey. In lane number 1, we're going to have Everett Sanders from St. Croix. Lane 2, James Anderson from Riptide. Lane 3 is Jennifer Zai from St. Croix. Lane 4 is Franny Anderson from Riptide. Lane 5, Audrey Saris from St. Croix. Lane 6, Evan Mathiasen from St. Croix. Lane 7, Chandler Offerman from Riptide. And in lane 8 is Charlie Johnson from Riptide. Way to go, Molly Girl from Nana in Edina. We've got a good luck later, Molly Vogan from Sienna and Dash. Now we got a full heat, and off they go on this third and final heat of the 50-yard freestyle. After this, before event 7, there's going to be another 5-minute break. If Amy decides to start playing music again, I'm going to have to go dark on the sound, so hang with us. At the turn in lane number 4 is Franny Anderson out to a body length lead. Looking great. Lane 5 behind her is Audrey from St. Croix. Franny's coming in at a 30.27, and she is going to smash that with a 29.57. Audrey right behind her at a 31.8, so a drop there. Looking good all the way across the board. Nicely done. Coolest Coin says, hello, Carl. I'm guessing that's a Labno. Just a guess. Don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that's what it is. Felicia says, let's go. We'll say let's go to all the swimmers. All right, we're going to take about a 5-minute break. Again, if I hear the music, I got to go dark. YouTube probably has better things to do during this political season than to shut me down, but you never know. So for Michelle Hintz, we've got a woohoo Franny. And Franny did. She rocked that 50 freestyle. One of the biggest things for a kid is in the 50 freestyle to break that 30 seconds and to break that minute in the 100 free. There's always that threshold where kids go nuts. The 500 is one of them, break that 6-minute mark. So they get super excited, and hopefully Franny is excited about this. She should be. Her brother James was out in lane number 2. He went a 34.33, so he crushed that by about 3.5 seconds. But Franny's got bragging rights at this point. So I'm going to let you listen to the sounds of the pool for the next 3 or 4 minutes. And again, if the music starts playing, we will have to go dark, but I will be back with you. watching my broadcast to make sure that it doesn't go down. So then at least I see if it goes down. But when you're sharing your screen share YouTube live on it? No, this is the actual screen. So OBS streams it out to YouTube. That's the one. Yeah. So we start we do a live stream through YouTube itself, and it waits for the software to pick up. So I actually have okay, we are back. Next we have up is event number 7, the mixed 11 and under 100-yard breaststroke. In lane number 2, we have Kate LeBeau from Riptide. Lane 3, Chris Tan from St. Croix. Lane 4, Emily Samsel from Riptide. Lane 5, Reese Bible from St. Croix. And in lane number 6 is Pearson Crick from Riptide. We've got a Let's Go Pearson from Miss Kristen Crick. Hopefully I pronounced the last name properly. They are off. And lane number 4 with the quick early lead is Emily from Riptide. Emily is an 11-year-old. If you aren't familiar with the breaststroke, there are 100 ways that you can DQ in the 100 breaststroke. It's a big learning curve. So when these kids get through the 100 or the 200 breaststroke, it's a pretty good feat. right, and at the 50 turn in a 49.53 is Emily. Next at the turn in lane 5 is Reese, turning with a 57.35. Couple of no times out there with Kate in lane 2 and Pearson in lane 6. First swim of the 100 breaststroke. And here comes Emily in lane 4, finishing up the 100 breaststroke. She is entered at a 150.55. She is going to better that time. Kids get giant smiles on their faces anytime they get a personal best, and that's a 143.91. That's a good 7-second drop. All right, second place there in the heat, a 201.30 is lane 5, which is Reese. And he had a nice 9-second drop. Here come the rest in. All right, there is our first heat of the 100 breaststroke. All right, heat number 2 is going to be Selma Hultgren from St. Croix. Lane 2 is going to be Wes Knapp from Riptide. Lane 3, Julia Peterson from St. Croix. Lane 4, Neva Sanders from St. Croix. Lane 5, Sophia Wynn from Riptide. In lane 7, we've got a shout out for Swim Fast Claire. Love Mom and Owen. And Claire Christensen is going to be in lane number 6 for St. Croix. Thank you. In lane number 7 is Maddie Mathiasen from St. Croix. And in lane 8 is Avery Jelinek from Riptide. We've got a Go Julia out in lane 3. And another Go, Go, Go Sophia from Mama Lee. And from Diane, we've got Go Selma. Love all the shout outs. Kids get giant smiles, I'm sure, when they watch themselves back and hear all this. Not the creepy voice coming over the airwaves, but from the fans, of course. They are off. Heat number 2. This is the final heat. Scheduled for 2:06 in the afternoon, so we're a few minutes ahead of schedule. And we've got some good breaststrokers out there in lanes 4 and 5. And Neva and Sophia going at it. Equal turns. And a little bit better of a pull out there from Sophia in lane 5. But Neva hanging tight with her. Very nice. Third place in lane 3 right now is Julia, turning at 42.49. And Neva has made up some time there on Sophia. This is going to be a battle to the end. They are neck and neck. This is always fun to watch. I don't generally get as excited as Rowdy Gaines does. It's not my style, but this is always fun to watch. And lane 4, Neva is going to take it about a half a body length, and a great finish at a 119.61, down from a 121.79. Sophia went in with a 124.48 and finishes in a 120.24. And your third place at 127.23 is Julia, and she's down a couple seconds as well. And lane 1, Selma finishing up. She went in with a 140.24 and comes out with a 149.29. Event number 8, we've got one heat. This is the 200-yard freestyle. In lane 1, we have Felicity Saris from St. Croix. Lane 2 is Everett Sanders from St. Croix. Lane 3 is Sabine Keister from St. Croix. Lane 4, Nikita Grinberg from Riptide. In lane 5, Grace Ganser from St. Croix. Lane 6, James Anderson from Riptide. And in lane 7, Aria Armstrong from St. Croix. We've got a woohoo, way to go, Julia. Good job today, Selma from Diane. They appreciate that. All the kids appreciate all the well wishes. You got this, James. A shout out from Molly, I'm assuming. All right, and they are being called to the blocks. .200 freestyle. This is an event feared at every age level. Every kid, I've been coaching for 17 years, and every year I've got 4 or 5 kids come up to me asking me, how do I swim this? From the age of 10 to the age of 18. Every coach has, a different style for swimming this. Every kid has a different way of swimming this. But that's something the kids need to figure out with their coaches. In lane 4, with the early lead, is Nikita, making his first turn at 33.85. Nikita is coming into this with a 2:32.67. Lane 5 following closely behind is Grace from St. Croix. Turning now at the 75 in lane 6 is James Anderson. At the 100, turning about a 1:11.19 for his first 100 is Nikita. Nikita is a 10-year-old from Riptide. Turning with a 1:11 at Nikita. I'm going to bet that he is going to be under 2:20 on this if he can hold it together. I think he's going to have a pretty good swim here. He is cruising right along. He's got a 50 left after this turn. The 37.96 split. He's going to be close to that 2:20 mark. Probably a little bit over, but he's going to have a nice drop, that's for sure. Turning and coming home in lane 5 is Grace. Got a couple other kids here in 2 and 7 that are turning for their last 50. And there's Nikita in at a 2:24.90. So nice, really nice drop. Grace entered at a 2:37.27. She's going to drop a little bit of time, couple of seconds. The fans going crazy, coach is going nuts. It's always fun. And James in lane number 6 at a 2:48.75. Down from a 3:20.79. That was a huge drop. 30 seconds, 32 seconds. Wow. Fantastic swim. Okay, we got our last two coming in now. Lane 2, 3:11.67, and lane 7 at 3:15.90. That's a nice 15-second drop for Aria. And as they exit the pool, we are going to get started on event number 9. This is the 50-yard backstroke. We've got 3 in the first heat of 4. Lane 3 is Callista, our little 5-year-old from Riptide. And in lane 4, next to her, it looks like a brother, Levi Height from Riptide. And in lane 5 is Aria Linsmeyer from Riptide. Got about 70 people on the live stream still. Thank you again for joining us. Emma says great drops all around, and they really did. They're really swimming well today. Oh, my daughter has joined us on here, Claire. Let's go Riptide. Got a way to go, James, from Miss Hintz. And Callista's being helped out with her face mask again. And she is a little peanut. They all are. We got a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And she's smiling all the way into the water. I'm still talking to her coach. It's great when they're this excited. Oh, I didn't even hear it. So lane number 3 again, 5-year-old Callista Height. Lane 4, Levi Height from Riptide. And in lane number 5 is Aria, 7-year-old. And Callista looks to be a pretty natural backstroker at 5 years old. Do that flip turn. Say hi to the people at the doorway and take off again. In lane 4, it looks like Levi's going to have some bragging rights tonight at the dinner table as he touches at a 102.98. And we've got Aria at a soft touch. So again, that time isn't going to be right. And Callista with a soft touch. That time, again, make sure you check Meet Mobile. If you want to check Meet Mobile, I will pop this up here again real quick for a short time while I go to heat number 2. You can see at the bottom, 2020 Ripped October SCSC dual meet or tap meets near me for Meet Mobile. All right, here we go for heat number 2. In lane number 1, Gavin Klukas from Riptide. In lane number 2 from Riptide, a 7-year-old Elliot Loesch. Lane 3 is Paige Turnbow, an 8-year-old from Riptide. In lane 4, Audrey Heggie from Riptide. In lane 5 is Melina Height from Riptide. Lane 6, Peyton Marks from Riptide. Lane 7, Alexa Height from Riptide. And in lane 8 is Miss Millie Allen from Riptide, an 8-year-old. And Dad says, go Rebecca. Remember, it's not supposed to feel good until it's over. Boy, are you right. Linda Koenig says, go Audrey, so proud of you. And Chris Klukas says, let's go Gavin. And they are all hopping in the water to start off this heat number 2. And it looks like we may be missing lane number 6, which would be Peyton. Yep, Peyton is not with us on this one. Ooh, lane number 3, which is Paige. Great underwater off the start. Gavin looks like he's got the early lead. He's looking around to make sure he has the lead, and he does at the touch. They are still obviously working on their flip turns. And in lane 4, looks like we have Audrey. And lane 5, Melina, head-to-head. Both coming in at 48.18 for Audrey and 48.46 for Melina. And in lane 3. She sneaks in there with a 47.66. That is Paige. And she has a nice little drop there as well. So Gavin with a no time, might have been his first swim out in lane 1. He was at 50.65. So a lot of good drops all across the board. We had another go Gavin, go Audrey. Nice swims by Claire. We got heat number 3 coming up next of this 50 backstroke. In lane 1 is Emily Samsel from Riptide. Lane 2 is going to be Charlie Johnson from Riptide. Lane 3, Maddie Kissinger from St. Croix. She is an 8-year-old. In lane 4, Pearson Crick from Riptide. Lane 5, Emma Dirksen from Riptide. In lane 6, another 8-year-old, Juliana Augustine from St. Croix. In lane 7, Emmy Dietz from Riptide. And in lane 8 is Lila Drexel from St. Croix. We've got a Let's Go JJ from Jason Augustine. After this event, event number 10 is next. There will be a 5-minute break between heat 4 of the 50 backstroke and event number 10 of the 100-yard butterfly. So again, we'll have another 5-minute break, give the kids a little bit of a rest. So that will be coming up after heat 4. But right now we are going to start heat 3. And we've got a full heat. Out quickly in lane number 1 is Emily from Riptide. She's an 11-year-old. She looks like she's going to make it first to the turn here. Followed close behind lane 4, which is Pearson. And Emily is making a run at it. Looks like she's still got a slight lead here.Maybe Pearson taking over a little bit as we get on in the event. And it looks like Pearson, lane 6. Nope, Emily did get it out in lane, or down in lane 1 at 44.90, so she had a very nice swim. A couple of soft touches there, so again, check Meet Mobile. I've got second place was lane 7, Emma Dietz at 45.74. And we got heat 4 coming up next as they ramble out of the pool. We have Evan Mathiasen from St. Croix in lane 1. We're going to have Rebecca Vasic from St. Croix in lane 2. Lainey Hellier from St. Croix in 3. Franny Anderson in 4 from Riptide. Marie Fedorova from St. Croix in lane 5. Lane 6, Ella Buss from Riptide. Lane 7, Matteo Fontanesi from St. Croix. And in lane 8 is Chandler Offerman from Riptide. We have a Let's Go Franny. Lots of exclamation points from Molly Vogan. And Pat Heggie says it's always fun to watch Audrey swim. From Laura Christensen, Let's Go Laney, go Rebecca, swim fast Evan. From Claire, go Franny. And from Miss Hintz, go Franny. Oh, that's from Taylor. Go Franny from your sister. No, not sister, sorry. Taylor Hintz. To Franny Anderson. Go Franny. All right, we got a full heat for this heat number 4. Again, right after this, we'll be taking a 5-minute break before we go into the 100 fly. So, lane 4, Franny is out fast, leading the pack. Bumpaquette Kent and Judy Greff say all the kids did great, including AA. Awesome, Audrey. Comes Franny barreling into the finish. She is entered at a 34.74, and she touches at a 33.96. Second place down there in lane 5 is Marie. She's going to touch at a 37.4. And in third place at 41.33 is Miss Elaney Hellier. Okay, that does it for the 50 backstroke. Again, we are taking a 5-minute break before the mixed 11 under 100-yard butterfly. There's going to be one heat of that with 3 kids swimming. That is going to be Bella Myers, Taylor Hintz, and Sophia Wynn all swimming the 100 butterfly. And then we'll finish up the meet with event number 11, which is the 200 IM, and there are 2 heats of that as well. We'll be back with you shortly. Again, if the music starts playing, we will go dark, but I promise I'll be back. And there goes the music. So I got to go dark. I will see you in a minute. It's too bad, too. A little bit of ABBA never hurt anybody. All right, as the music fades out and the kids stream in for the 100 fly, we are back. Thank you for hanging with us. A few have dropped off, but most of the kids are done swimming. I can't imagine. I mean, everybody should stick around and watch the 100 fly and the 200 IM. A couple of great events. Kids are walking up now. Again, this is the 100-yard butterfly for the 11 and unders. We have Bella Myers from St. Croix in lane 3. In lane 4 is Taylor Hintz from Riptide. Lane 5 is Sophia Wynn from Riptide. From Michelle Hintz, we've got Let's Go Tay, Leave It All in the Pool. From Molly Vogan, You Got This Taylor. We've got from Joan Allen, Go Miley Go. 44 Reckless says, Go Marie Go. Good luck Marie, go, go, go. And from Claire Kinseth, You've Got This Taylor. And they are called up to the blocks. And the long whistle says, Get on the blocks. And the starter is ready. And off they go. We'll get some pretty good seed times here for the 100 fly. Bella in at a 122.76, Taylor at a 114.04, and Sophia entered at a 118.65. They are all touched pretty much the same time on that side of the pool. I apologize for the pillar to the right of your screen. It blocks a little bit of lane 1 and 2. But if it's not there, we're in trouble. So I'll be okay with the pillar being in the way. Lanes, we got Taylor and Sophia touching pretty much same time there at the 50, with Bella close behind. And Taylor taking a little bit of a lead here now, about half a body length, going towards the 75. Taylor turns at the 75 to come home. Sophia turning now, and Bella turning as I speak. Again, Taylor at a 114.04. Let's see how she does. She is going to touch first. About a 112.86. Nice drop there. Sophia with a 114.86. Very nice drop for her as well. And Bella touching to the 121.83, and that's about a second drop for her as well. So great swims there in the 100 fly. Our final event is event number 11. It is the mixed 11 under 200-yard IM. This is a 50 of each stroke. We had the 100 IM earlier. So this is 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast, 50 freestyle. In lane number 3 in heat 1 is Alexis Rorich from St. Croix. In lane 4 is Maddie Mathiasen from St. Croix. And in lane 5 is Lauren Kissinger from St. Croix. We got a good job, Taylor, and we've got nice swims by Claire. Thank you for that. They'll appreciate that. All right, this is heat 1 of 2 of our final event of session number 1 for today. Again, thanks for being here and cheering on the kids and watching. We are definitely glad we could bring this to you. There's some nice butterfly going on. Our touch at the 25 is going to be Maddie from St. Croix. All 3 girls from St. Croix. The 200 IM and the 100 IM and the 400 IM are all very interesting. You can be a fantastic butterflyer, backstroker, and freestyler, but be a terrible breaststroker, and everything ends up the same. Everybody kind of comes together because you'll always have not so good butterflyers and backstrokers, but really, really good breaststrokers who catch up. So it's an interesting event to watch, and that's across the board at the age of 8 all the way up to the Olympics. You can watch the swimmers, and they're stronger in some strokes than the other, and generally it evens out pretty well. Right now, coming in at the 100 on her 50 backstroke, Maddie has still got the lead here. You are very welcome, Michelle and Sienna. I appreciate bringing this to you. I'm more than happy to do it. Oh, a nice barrel turn from the backstroke to the breaststroke there by Maddie. All right, everybody is in on their breaststroke. Maddie's still got a pretty good lead out there. She is entered at a 3:21.20, looking to lower that time a little bit. And out in lane 3, looks like Alexis has done a little bit of catching up here from the backstroke to the breaststroke. And Maddie is on her way home. She's got a 37 yards of freestyle left to go. These two here are going to touch about the same time. Alexis is going to have a little bit of a, she's going to be a little bit ahead, but let's see how this freestyle kicks out now. Maddie turns for home. Alexis and Lauren are going to fight it out for second place. Again, Maddie was entered at 3:21.20. She is going to obliterate that time. She's going to have a fantastic drop here, touching at a 3:09.49. Should be big smiles all around for that one. Got Alexis entered at 3:50.00, and Lauren at 3:30.73. Lauren's going to be close, but Alexis is going to blow away that 3:50. And she's going to come in at 3:31.60, a fantastic drop there. And Lauren adds a little bit of time, but not very much, so all good. We got the second and final heat of the session, session number 1. Session number 2 commences a little bit later on this afternoon. That's the older kids, the 12 and unders. I'm sorry, that was not right. The 12 and overs. We've got a lot of fast kids swimming today. I looked at the program, and so if you want to see some really fast swimming, check back with us. All right, here comes heat number 2 from behind the stands over on the opposite side of the pool. We've got Avery Jelinek from Riptide in lane 1. Lane 2 will be Kiana Loberg from Riptide. Lane 3, Audrey Saris from St. Croix. Lane 4, Neva Sanders from St. Croix. Lane 5, I believe Eric is not here, so we're going to cross him out. Lane 6, Julia Peterson from St. Croix. And in lane 7, Jennifer Zai from St. Croix. And they're off on the final heat of today's session number 1. Our top seed is Neva from St. Croix, 11-year-old, 2:38.54. She is going to touch first at the 25 fly. Again, this is a 50 of each stroke. The most successful IMers are disciplined well in all 4 strokes. And she is got a very nice lead here at the 50, touching at 35.54. Touching second in lane number 3 at 39.40 is Audrey. It's always interesting to see what the great equalizer of the IM will be. Who may not have the greatest backstroke, but who's got the greatest breaststroke. And it's always fun to watch, see what happens. You never know. You never count anybody out in this event. Neva's got a good lead here. And she is going to touch first, going into the breaststroke, with Audrey touching next. And we now have everybody on their breaststroke. Neva turning at the 125, 75 left. You can hear the coaches telling her to shoot. They want her to throw her arms way out in front of her and really throw that stroke hard out in front of her. And Neva turns at a 2:01, the 45-31 on the split. And she is aiming for home. Again, entered at 2:38.54. She's going to be close. Lane 2, Kiana from Riptide turns to go into her 50. Out in lane number 7, Jennifer from St. Croix turns to go into her last final 50. And lane 1, Avery turns to go into her final 50. Here comes Neva. She is going to jump in here pretty close to her seed time at 2:39.14. A good swim from Neva. Touching next in lane 3 is Audrey. She was entered at a 2:50.43. She touches at a 2:47.94. Nice drop for her. And touching third at 2:53.55 out in lane number 6 is Julia, and has a nice 3-second drop there as well. And we have our last couple filtering in here and touching at the 50 freestyle. The 200 IM is complete. The kids will exit the pool. I want to thank you for watching session number 1 of today's dual meet between St. Croix and Riptide swim team. We will be back with the second session of the 12 and overs. I believe that starts around 4:15, 4:30, somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure, but if you feel like it, join us. We'll be here. This broadcast will be available shortly here after I stop the stream. So go ahead and play it back and watch it. All the shout outs to the kids will be there, and they do appreciate it. From Deb Casper, one final shout out. Great job, Julia. Thank you again. Appreciate it, and we will talk to you all soon. Thanks.